Hey guys, it's Roscoe, and on the Space Couch Day I popped into Bromley this morning to go to the antiques market. There was nothing there, so I popped into the Waterstones and picked up this. Fear, Trump in the White House by Bob Woodward, which obviously has been making waves this last week or so with the advanced excerpts that were released from it. You see the president on the back there, he's saying that real power is fear. So it's a fascinating book. I'm this far into it. So page 105, and this is written factually. It's not like sensationalist, like say the Amorosa or the Fire and Fury book would be. There's Bob Woodward, and I've got All the President's Men, the first book he wrote with Carl Bernstein back in the 70s about Watergate. That's kicking around here somewhere. So yes, fascinating stuff. Like I said, it reads factually. It isn't sensational. He did this, he did that, he did the other, he's so clueless, any of that. It just runs it as a narrative. And the first chapter, it's the prologue, it's not even the actual opening of the book, is the one about Gary Cohn taking the South Korean trade letter off of the president's desk and him not noticing it. But it starts proper back at the campaign when Steve Bannon comes on board. And how he replaces Paul Manafort, who had other problems, as it happens, and how they essentially turned the campaign around. Even after the Access Hollywood tape, where everyone thought that he was done and dusted, but no, he wasn't done and dusted. He managed to get through. But yes, it is fascinating so far. Like I said, I'm on page 105, and this is interesting at this stage. Because the president didn't know anything about the ways of Washington, which was part of his appeal, of course. So he had to have meetings with various people who would say, well, if you want X to happen, you have to do Y first. That means getting to know the senators and the congressmen and the Democratic leaders as well on the other side. And I've just gotten to the point where he's having a dinner with John and Cindy McCain, with Lindsey Graham present as well. And McCain hated Trump, and that is what the book actually says. But Trump did not know that McCain hated him. Unsurprising that he hated him, given what he said about I like people who weren't captured and all of that. But yes, it is fascinating. Like I said, it's not written in a sensationalist manner. It is written factually. It's almost like a novel, to be honest. It just flows, and it's just going chronologically through the presidency. So it's several months in now. And it's also mentioned about North Korean threat a lot, that Obama warned him that North Korea will be his biggest issue. And so we shall see what happens later. I'm not sure exactly when this goes up to. It will certainly will cover the first year of the presidency, because Bob Woodward says that he was planning on writing a book about the first year or two of the next president, and he assumed it would be Hillary Clinton. But no, it obviously was Donald Trump. So there are some pictures in here. So let's just see. So there's the first family, Trump, Melania and Barron. And there he is with Vice President Mike Pence. I see Secretary Rex Tillerson. Now, who are these two? Oh, James Mattis, the Defence Secretary, Mad Dog Mattis, he was calling. I was reading literally 10 minutes ago an article, I think it might have been on Talking Points Memo, where Trump is taking to referring to him as Moderate Mattis, which for him that is an insult, because he's not as mad dog as he was led to believe. And the other one was Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Dunford there. So who else do we have? Mike Pompeo, former Congressman, CIA Director and currently Secretary of State. There, of course, is Jeff Sessions, former Senator from Alabama, now the Attorney General, and having a torrid time, of course. There is John Kelly, the Chief of Staff. Now, up at the top here, that's Reince Priebus there, and you see into the Oval Office, and there is the President. Mike Flynn, also facing his problems. There you see Vice President Pence, Secretary Tillerson, Chief of Staff John Kelly, and the one at the end there was H.R. McMaster, the National Security Advisor after Michael Flynn. And there he is again, there. Now this one here, that's Gary Cohn, the one who took the letter off of the desk There he is there. What else do we have? There's Jared Kushner. There is the president with Ivanka's daughter. There, of course, is Steve Bannon. There's Kellyanne Conway, Hope Hicks. And who was that? That is, that's General Kelly, but who's the other one? Rob Porter. He's the one who was in a kind of relationship with her while he was still married, and obviously he's been subject of all of those domestic violence issues as well. So some of these are quite obscure if you don't follow American politics. This is Peter Navarro. He's like a trade advisor. There, of course, is James Comey. There is Robert Mueller. And is that Lindsey Graham? Yes. John Dowd. This is the guy who ran the mock interview, pretending to be Mueller, questioning the president, where the president lost it very, very quickly. He says, "I can't help you, Mr. President," and he quit the next day. Now, who's this? That's Don McGahn, one of the other lawyers. And this, I assume this is the first family. Yeah, it's President and Mrs. Trump with the Chinese President Xi Jinping and First Lady Peng Liyuan there. And the last one here, Little Rocket Man Kim Jong-un, who has gotten quite a rapport with the president, which is one of the things that's surprising, that he seems to get on very well with autocrats and dictators, but not his democratically elected allies. And I think that goes into the whole thing of him liking strength and projecting strength and fear and authority, rather than in a democracy where you all work together for the common good. But yes, it's a fascinating book so far. I'm ripping right through it, as you can see, over 100 pages in. How many pages are there in total? There's lots of... Good Lord. Let's see. Goes up to about page 360, and then up to page 420 is the notes and appendices. So there's a lot of appendices in there of him showing all of his sources. But yes, that is just what I picked up today. Fear, Trump in the White House by Bob Woodward. Fascinating read. It was on for £20 in Waterstones, which is full price. I was a bit disappointed it wasn't on reduction. The woman in there was saying it's been flying off the shelves. There's been selling like double-digit copies since it got released, which I think was Tuesday, which I've worked in a bookshop. That is selling like hotcakes. The only things that would sell double-digit figures were things like the latest Delia cookbook, or Mary Berry, or the latest Terry Pratchett, or George R.R. Martin. So yes, it's been very, very popular. And I was reading today that I think currently it's sold 750,000 copies. So we shall see where it ends up. But yes, fascinating look at the Trump White House. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for a upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.